This time I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Nashville Town Council on December the 3rd to order. Would you please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we invite you into our town council meeting tonight. We ask you for your wisdom and your guidance to help make the best decisions for the citizens of Nashville. Amen.
Amen.
The first item on our agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes for November the 19th. Were there any corrections to those minutes? If not, do I hear a motion to approve?
Being none, I move to approve.
There, second. Minutes are approved. The next item on our agenda, I'm going to turn over to Chief Joyner.
Actually, Mayor, it's not on the agenda.
It's on my agenda.
And I forgot to. If the council would be so kind as to add an agenda item, recognition of some of our police employees for some accomplishments they've recently achieved.
Right.
So, council, mayor, had the chance to talk with Caleb the other day about, well, some time back, we were going to recognize the ones that went out to the western part of the state. But there's some other things I want to recognize. One, before Caleb comes up,
Good.
Lieutenant Shockley did not want me to recognize him tonight, but
Too bad.
right now I am the boss.
We're going to do it anyway.
Exactly. So, as all know, Caleb attended the FBI Academy for 12 weeks. And I'm going to read something that Anthony Puckett sent, and I think this fits good. Caleb, again, congratulations on your accomplishment of graduating from the FBI National Academy. It is a major accomplishment in law enforcement, as less than 1% of law enforcement has successfully been chosen to attend this prestigious training. You were well deserving of it and should be very proud of your milestone in your career. He was in class 291, and I've seen a lot of things come to be with Caleb since he's gone through this. We've had a lot of conversations and things that he's worked on. And I will also say, out of all the police chiefs and sheriffs that were there, he is the youngest one that was in that class. So at this time, Caleb, if you would come up, Lieutenant Shockley, and come up for us, please. I asked him to bring his stuff that he got, and somehow or another he forgot it. So he's going to recognize the other ones first, but I wanted the chance to recognize him and tell him how proud we are of him.
And we are.
Good evening. Tonight I'd like to take a moment to recognize a few officers for their extraordinary service, selflessness, and compassion.
Wait a minute. Have we recognized you yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to do more than that. If my news serves me correctly, aren't you one of the youngest
That's what he
members
said.
to even attend this academy?
Yes, sir.
Because it's normally already chiefs and majors and stuff that goes up there, but you were just a little lieutenant, and you got picked up as soon as you put your request in.
Yes, sir. I got picked up within 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks, and that's unheard of. And I think that's a great honor too.
It is. And you always make us proud in everything that you do.
You do.
You need to know that.
All right. Thank
We
you.
thank you.
Sergeant Stone, Sergeant Colt Robbins, Sergeant Tim Askew, Acting Sergeant Grant Stallings, Officer Rosa Johnson, Officer Jake Gwaltney, Officer Elijah Ellington, and Officer Courtney Brock. Could you please come forward? Making me nervous. A lot of police officers. Council, during their recent deployments to Western North Carolina, these officers exemplified what it means to be a true servant of the public, answering the call of duty with courage, compassion when it mattered most. When the devastation struck Western North Carolina, the response from these officers was immediate, humbling. Before we could even fully recognize our efforts, They reached out to me, volunteering their time, skills, and even their pay to help those in need. Many of them spoke to their loved ones, prepared themselves, and were ready to deploy within just 2 hours of receiving the news. They left behind their families and personal comforts to aid communities in dire circumstances and communities that face significant challenges after the hurricane's devastation. Our team's deployment to Newland and Montreat, areas deeply impacted by the storm, bringing with them not just supplies, but also hope and reassurance. The conditions were difficult, the roads washed out, utilities disrupted, and the entire community is left vulnerable. Yet these officers faced every challenge with unwavering determination, embodying the very essence of service over self. It is worth noting the deep significance of this moment. Many of the same areas that they served are home to individuals who came to our area in North Carolina to aid us in 1999 when Hurricane Floyd devastated lives and property. This was our opportunity to give back, to show gratitude for the help they extended to us in a time of need. We are also profoundly thankful to the support of the town manager, town council, and public safety director Chris Joyner. Their leadership and encouragement made it possible for our officers to respond swiftly and effectively. Their commitment to serving beyond our town's borders reflects the values that make our community strong. To Sergeant Stone, Sergeant Colt Robbins, Sergeant Tim Askew, Acting Sergeant Grant Stallings, Officer Rosa Johnson, Officer Jake Gwaltney, Officer Elijah Ellington, and Officer Courtney Brock, and Officer Bryson Gibson. Your actions inspire us all. You left behind the comfort of your home and the embrace of your loved ones to bring the comfort to others. Your willingness to serve without hesitation or expectation of reward is a reminder of what it means to be a public servant. On behalf of our department, our community, and the people whose lives you touch, thank you for your service, your sacrifice, and your humanity. We are proud of you, and we are better because of servants like you. If we can, get a round of applause for these officers.
Press over there. Join them, sir.
Just hide in the background. If we duck low enough. There we go. I'm good.
There you go.
Which one are we looking at first? Can you come just a little more?
We're missing an officer right there.
Officers in there kind of behind you a little bit.
We're missing one, man.
He's a big one, too.
I'm calling him out. Good.
I'm talking about the camera.
Caleb, can you get behind him a little bit so it's still a little
Oh, now I have to move. Okay, there we go.
Okay, almost there now. Sorry. Fall over the chair now. There.
Thank you very much.
We have one more.
If I may, I would like to take a moment of your time again to recognize and celebrate the achievements of another officer. Officer Gwatney, can you come back up here? Tonight is a special occasion not only for Officer Gwatney, but for our entire department and the community he serves so diligently. Officer Gwatney's journey in law enforcement and education is nothing short of inspiring. Tonight, Officer Gwatney earns his advanced law enforcement certificate from the North Carolina Department of Justice, a significant milestone that requires 480 hours of training. Officer Gwatney, however, has far exceeded this benchmark with an impressive 810 hours of training. His commitment to professional growth is a testament to his dedication to the field and to serving others. In addition to his professional achievements, Officer Gwaltney recently completed his bachelor's degree in business administration from Wesleyan University, having earned approximately 130 credit hours. This builds on his foundation from Nash Community College, where he graduated in 2016 with an associate's degree in criminal justice technology. Remarkably, he achieved all this while being a full-time officer and a devoted father to his 3 sons, Rylan, Wyatt, and Tatum. Today, Officer Gwaltney is joined by his loving wife, Bobby, and his 3 boys. Bobby, we know the support and encouragement you have provided Jake have been instrumental to his success, and your sacrifices have not gone unnoticed. To Rylan, Wyatt, and Tatum, your dad is a role model, not only for you, but for everyone in this room and our community. Officer Gwaltney's journey began in 2016 with the Spring Hope Police Department, where he served with distinction, leaving as a corporal on patrol. During his tenure, he took roles that extended beyond his typical duties of a patrol officer. He was responsible for writing grants, overseeing the DoD LESO program, commonly referred to as the 1099 program, conducted background investigations for new applicants, and serving as the administrator for multiple software systems. In April of 2023, our department was fortunate enough to welcome Officer Gwaltney to our ranks. It is no secret that myself and several others were highly involved in recruiting him, recognizing the wealth of experience, dedication, and integrity he would bring the town of Nashville. Since joining our department, Officer Gwaltney has continued to excel. He has served as an officer on patrol and a field training officer, consistently demonstrating a servant's heart for the community. He has recently taken on the responsibility of being the department's liaison for the DoD LESO program and has volunteered his time off to assist with anything that arises. Most notably, he has stepped up to deploy to Western North Carolina to assist with the hurricane relief efforts, exemplifying his willingness to go above and beyond in service of others. Officer Gwaltney, your achievements in education, commitment to professional development in our chosen field, and your service to our community are beyond a source of pride for this department. You embody what it means to be a public servant, and we are grateful to have you as part of our team. To Bobby and the boys, thank you for sharing Jake with us. Behind every great officer is a great family, and we know that his strength and his success are deeply rooted in the love and support. Officer Gwaltney, congratulations on your well-deserved accomplishments. We look forward to seeing how you continue to grow and contribute to our department and community in the years to come. You gotta get a picture.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. We're very proud of our department, and we certainly appreciate all of your achievements and your servant's heart that you've shown. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. We do appreciate you so much. And those that want to leave, you may leave in this. The next item on our agenda is public comment, 3 minutes per speaker, and Coy Worrell. Coy.
Please come. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I just wanted to briefly share some of our upcoming events. We got a lot of visits from Santa coming up, so I just want to make sure that everybody knew what we had on the radar. Starting this Friday, we have the Mary Market, which will be our last farmers market for the season, from 3 to 6. We'll have s'more supplies out there, a visit from Santa, live music from Meredith Davis and company. Immediately following that at 7 o'clock, we will have a drive-in style movie at the Junction showing the Muppet Christmas Carol. And special thanks to Hedgepeth Hudson Insurance for sponsoring our music series this year. Then we turn around on Saturday, December 7th, We have the Children's Christmas Celebration and Bike Parade. From 2 to 4:30, we'll have kids' activities, including crafts, games, some bounce houses, live music, choir performance. At 4:30, we'll have the parade, which ends at our lovely Christmas tree on the battleship. We'll have a tree lighting ceremony and then a visit from Santa at the Nashville Exchange. Next week on Wednesday, Santa will be back in town with our police department and fire department riding around town for the Santa Cruise Through. That will start at 1 o'clock, and anybody that wants to see where those predetermined Santa stops are, that'll be up on our Facebook page as to where he stops there. And then one more visit from Santa on December 17th. We have our sensory-friendly Pictures with Santa from 4 to 6:30. And that's a program for our children that may not be comfortable in a large crowd or around loud noises. It gives them a chance to visit with Santa in a calmer, more inviting atmosphere, or for children that are immunocompromised that may not be able to get out in crowds. We do require pre-registration for it. It's free, but they can go on the website through Rec Desk and register for a time slot for that. And then, of course, we also have our special mailbox up at Town Hall where people can drop off their letters to Santa. And if they do so before the 15th, they will get a special reply from Santa.
Thank you so much
Thank you.
for your department planning all these fun activities for our adults and for our children. Thank you so very much. You do a great job. The first item under our new business is the 2025 town council meetings. No, we've got old business. We've got the Essex and Regency sewer extension project. Randy?
Mayor and council, we were to have Mike Tolson here with Matt Gann Associates to give an update on the engineering for these two projects. Mike is under the weather with a nasty cold, and he didn't feel it appropriate to share. So I told him it was best he stayed home. But as you may recall, the town was awarded grant funding from North Carolina Department of Environmental Quality, the Division of Water Infrastructure, to extend sanitary sewer collection system in the Regency Estates subdivision and the Essex Road subdivision, which don't currently have access to the town sewer. So the cost estimates for those projects were what we received funding for. $984,046 for Regency Estates and $500,000 for Essex Road. The Essex Road project is a little more than that. There's about $50,000 that we have to contribute. The rest of that is what they call a forgivable loan. You do the project, you meet the requirements, they ultimately forgive the loan on that. So it's a total of $1,484,046 of funding, and we've contracted with Matt Gay and Associates to design, bid, and oversee the construction of that project. The Regency Sewer Extension Project is estimated at $984,046, and Essex Road at $595,830. The schedule for those projects is listed there on the agenda report, and it has executing of the contract with the contractor in February 2026. Mike Tolson told me today that we're well ahead of schedule on that. He anticipates going to construction in the summer of 2025. So he heard back from NCDEQ today. They've given the thumbs up to the design plans that he put together. So they're going to be finalizing that and going out to bid here probably in February, with those bids to be back probably April, May at the latest, and then we can award a contract on that project. So I did attach to the agenda packet what part of both of the subdivisions that we're going to be constructing the sanitary sewer extension project in, for both Regency and Essex Road, and the project cost estimate for both of those. So this is just a report. If council has any questions, I'd be happy to try and answer them.
Are there any questions for the
I
manager?
have a question,
Okay.
Mayor. So I want to make sure I understand, there's a $1,245 connection fee, correct, for Regency? But is that per the resident, or is that part of the grant?
Well, that's covered in the grant funding for both of these projects, the
Okay.
connection fees.
Okay.
So the town's gonna waive them because we're getting the grant money for them.
Right.
Now, if they don't choose to connect at this time, and we build the system and they choose to connect at some
Then
time
they'll
later, then they would have the connection
Okay.
fee.
That's good. That's good.
Any other questions? If not, do I hear a motion to approve the construction plans and engineers' cost estimate for the Essex Road and Regency Estates sewer extension project and proceed with letting bids on the project?
Move
So
to
moved.
approve.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And Randy, before, Mayor, if I may.
Go ahead.
Anything that we can do from this point forward to expedite these dates, get them a little bit ahead of schedule? Because these people have been very, very patient with us, and anything we can do to shorten the length out here.
Especially
you got
before the
one
rainy
item.
season.
Huh?
Especially before the rainy
Right.
season.
Right, before the rainy season,
Yeah.
let's see if we can move it, if at all possible,
You bet,
because they've
definitely.
been waiting a mighty long time.
The next item on our agenda is our schedule for the meetings for next year, and if you look at those, we had decided to try daytime meetings because we'd had many requests for those. So are there any questions about the calendar for next year for the town council meetings? If not, do I hear a motion to approve these dates for our next year's meetings?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
The dates are set then. The next item on our agenda is reconfirming past rezonings.
So Mayor and Council, we have had a number of previous rezonings that were completed without the passage of a formal ordinance amendment for the rezoning of the property, and which formally designated the new zoning for that property. We've been working with Brad Parker with Nash County GIS to get the map that's available online that shows the zoning of various properties in town updated. Unfortunately, he's not able to do that without an actual ordinance. So what we've done after we talked to Raz about this, and he advised that we come up with this route here. There are 6 properties that were rezoned without an official ordinance amending the zoning map for their rezoning, and those properties are listed there. There's one off Wamble Road, 1452 First Street Extension, 1707 Red Oak Road, 1556 Regis Store Road, 394 Breedlove Road, the Breedlove subdivision, which is now the Harvest Creek subdivision, and the Bradford Place subdivision. So the planning department is asking the council to adopt an ordinance designating these properties to be properly zoned. That previous action by the council were taken on. And again, those are the parcels off Wamble Road and that 1452 First Street Extension, 1707 Regis Store, or Oak Level Road, 1655 Regis Store Road, 394 Breedlove Road, the Breedlove subdivision, and the Bradford Place subdivision, which is behind the Food Lion.
Are there any questions concerning this for the manager?
I have one. I'm just curious, who figured this out?
Well, it was Brad Parker when we got a hold of him and said, you know, you haven't updated the county map with these zonings, and he said, well, send me the official ordinance for the rezoning. So we looked around, and when I got here, zonings were typically done with a motion and a second, and not necessarily an amendment. So again, talking with Raz, he advised this route. Obviously, we can't go back in time and redo it, so this is the next best thing.
So in the future, we're gonna do it right.
And we
obviously.
have for the last several years
Cool, okay.
done an ordinance.
Before.
So if there are no other questions, do I hear a motion for us to approve the ordinance 2024-13, amending the zoning map of the town of Nashville and submitting the zoning map amendment to Nash County GIS to update the GIS website zoning atlas?
I have a question before we vote.
Okay.
Randy, do you think it would be feasible for us to, in this, where it's, like say, Breedlove Road, 394 Breedlove Road to A1, shouldn't we say what it was and what it's coming from and what it's going to? Should that be included?
Yeah, we could do
Just for-
that.
Just for clarity?
So Sean didn't put that on that, but the final ordinance, I mean, you can approve it with that change, and then
Yeah.
we can get the mayor and to sign off on that.
I think that would, for
That's a
down the
good
road.
point.
we
Get
have-
a motion.
I move that we agree to this with the exception of adding what zoning we are moving them from and where it's going to for clarity.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
The next item on our agenda, I'll turn it over to Brian Booth.
Madam Mayor and council at all. In consultation with the advisory board members and with our council liaison, Councilman Taylor, and with Randy, and in order to clarify some of the confusion that had been going on with the advisory board, you can see before you that we would like to extend the terms of the members so that they will know the exact date of their term, and also stagger it such that the council is not decimated in any particular year. What we would have going forward are 2 members coming off, vacating their seats in 26, 2 in 27, and then 3 in 28. I discovered there was confusion about when terms began, when terms ended, and the length of the terms, but this should take care of that in the future.
Okay, any questions?
Yeah, so the dates we have here are different than what you just said. What you said sounds good, but what you have
What
written.
here says 25, 26, 27.
You don't have the...
There's no
No.
28s on this
They
one.
have it handed out in the, I handed it out.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you handed out a new one?
Sorry.
There was a lot of time today.
Give me a
Got it.
second.
Okay.
Those
Okay.
stackers out.
Yes, that's exactly what you
There
said.
should be an updated
I
version.
got it.
Yeah, we've got those now,
I got it
okay.
now.
Yeah, and I think all boards should be like this, where they're every couple of years.
So that, and they
yeah.
know when they're on and when they go off, so you keep the board going too.
Yes.
And let me make a point of this too. I was in the last meeting that we had last week or week before last?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and the library is fortunate to have 3 ladies here that did not want their term to end. They're not, these seats are not promised to anybody at any particular time, but they were concerned because during COVID, when their time was going, they didn't do anything because of COVID, and they would like to be given an opportunity to experience and to offer their expertise as far as the library is concerned. So I thought it was real gracious that they spoke up to want their terms extended so they could have the full gist of what it's all about. So I think they ought to be commended also for stepping up for such a thing, and that's another one of the councils, another one of our council advisory board members that we need to go ahead and keep the people that we've got as long as we can, because we don't have nobody knocking the door down trying to take their spot. So
And we are grateful for all the citizens that do serve on
We
our
are.
boards, and especially the ones that are excited and have a passion for it, so that's great.
and I'm glad that we've come up with this.
Any other questions?
Mayor,
not-
in addition to announcing and creating known terms for our library advisory board meeting, we're also proposing to amend the ordinance to increase the term from 2 years to 3 years.
Right.
So two actions here. One, to acknowledge the terms of our current library board members, and then the other is to consider ordinance 2024-14, extending the terms, changing the term of library advisory board member from 2 year to 3 year.
Can we make all the committees 3 years? I mean, because that's what the normal term is anyways.
Well, I was double checking, Some are 2, some are 3, and some are 4. And to be continued, we'll bring
Yeah,
that
we need to
back.
look at that, because I mean, 3 years is a normal commitment on most things, and that way it's easier to stagger if you have a third go off every year.
So, do I hear a motion to extend the terms for the library board members and to approve ordinance 2021-14 for the 3-year term?
So move.
Second.
All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
And I believe that's all on our agenda. Do you have anything else, Town Manager?
I don't, unless the council has any questions about Christmas decorations. You probably noticed they're not all lit up. Chad and Brian have been working with Duke Energy on that, and with hope and luck, maybe by Christmas time, they all will be.
Well,
They're here this evening if you have any questions.
I've received positive comments on the decorations, and the calls that I received about the lights, I let them know that it was not our fault, that we had, since August, been asking Duke Energy to fix those.
And Mayor, I'd like everybody to know that Chad actually went out Wednesday before Thanksgiving with a Duke Energy representative who has been working really hard since he got the position. And they went pole to pole to make sure that they knew
Stand up,
exactly,
Chad, so we can give you a hand. You're always there to help us.
exactly what needed to be fixed.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you're always there to help us out. We appreciate it so much. Are there any comments from the council? If not, I hope all of, yes.
Closed session.
I know, I'm gonna do this. But before you leave, I'd just like to say, we hope you have a Merry Christmas, and this is our meeting for December. And don't forget all the wonderful events that have been planned for the town, and we hope that you will tell other people and come out for these. So thank you so much for coming out tonight, we appreciate it. At this time, do I hear a motion that we go into closed session?
So moved.
Second.
You gotta read.
Oh, I've got to read it. Let me see if
One
I
of them
have.
has to read.
Oh,
I don't read that. Can you read that, please? It was on my other
Motion to
stuff.
go into closed session pursuant to 143-318.11.5 to establish or instruct the public body staff to negotiate agents concerning the position to be taken by or on behalf of the public body in negotiating the price and or material terms of a contract or proposed contract for the acquisition of real property by purchase, option, exchange, or lease.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
AKA real estate.
yeah, that was a tongue twister.
So